In the next 2 weeks, Iowans with student loans will once again send in payments after a pandemic pause comes to an end. So it's been 3 years since the federal government suspended payments, but now that pause is over, with many people who didn't have that big bill due each month. Well, now they'll have that chunk of change coming out of their bank accounts in October. So the clock is ticking, so they say. Here now to tell us how to make that adjustment is financial professional and president of Vivid Tax and Wealth Advisors, Cameron Riccardi. Cameron, great to see you this afternoon.
Yeah, you too.
Well, we've had you on the show talking a little bit about, okay, this is coming, this could be coming, but now that it is finally here, we're just weeks away from sending those checks, having the money debited out of our account. What's the biggest thing people need to do as they get ready to start these payments again?
Yeah, it's coming up, real fast. And so the first thing I want your viewers to do is first, let's log in and see what we're dealing with, right? What's that payment going to be? And then let's take a step back and look at what's the balance, what's the interest rate, and how long is it going to take to pay off? Because as you mentioned, the interest is starting now. Next month is that the payments are going to begin. And so for a lot of people, it could feel a crunch, but there is some help out there.
Sure.
In terms of some programs.
Okay, so let's talk about that. You were
Sure.
telling me that there's no shortage of people wondering, how am I going to make
Sure.
this payment?
Yep.
But then on the flip side, there's plenty of help available.
There is, yep. A lot. So for some of your viewers who have student loans, they may be familiar with REPAYE. There's now another program that's pretty new. It's called SAVE. So it's an income-driven repayment plan. So it's based off of your income and also your family size. So those are the two big drivers there. So as an example, let's just say we have a single borrower. They have $38,000 a year of income coming in. They have a $25,000 student loan that they still owe on, and they have a 5% payment or interest payment.
Okay.
Under the REPAYE plan, that borrower would be at $134 a month. Under SAVE, it's $43 a month.
Wow.
Nearly a $90 difference, per month. So it can add up.
A huge difference. Yeah, so that's one example.
Yep.
But then you said there's something else depending on single or family.
That's right. So that's a single borrower. So let's just do a family of three. And let's say they have a $60,000 income coming in, okay? Under the SAVE program, they could be at $34 a month in terms of a payment. And also for people who are making $15 an hour or less, they don't pay anything.
Okay, so there's definitely, some people could be breathing a sigh of relief right now.
I hope
they
so.
Think so.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they think of those, crunching the numbers. But if you had that 1, 2, 3 step, you said first find out really what you're looking at,
Right.
then make this plan, make this budget. What are some of the considerations when making the budget?
Absolutely. So, it's been 3 years. Right, 3 years of not making payments, and there's only been 1% of Americans that had student loans that were paying during that break. So a lot of people, this is going to be something on its way. But the big thing is having that budget. So first off, is there assistance? I don't want to put people in a financial bind, right? So is there assistance available to you? And also, I can't stress this enough. This is happening soon. So if they are not enrolled in SAVE, they need to be, or at least look into it to see if they can get some relief in terms of that student loan. Second is if they don't qualify for any of this because of their income and the family size, we got to look at the budget and just dial in on that and then stick to it, and also make sure it's on an auto repayment plan, if you would, moving forward.
So this signing up, I know everything can be online and they make it as easy as it can be, but
Sure.
there could be always a little tricks here and there that might make you mess up. But is it pretty user-friendly?
It is.
It
is. I encourage everybody to go online to do it. And I think another thing is the looming of a government shutdown, right? Is that going to play a role with anything here? No. Well, yes and no. So you're still going to have to make those payments, but you may not get the help that you should be getting because of a government shutdown. So beware, jump on this thing. I'm glad this is timely.
Sure. I know there's always those other layers now when we're saying, okay, there could be plans. Now we're talking about a potential shutdown. So there are things outside of your control, definitely, that you need to take into account. Cameron, though, thanks for the advice. As always, great to see you this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you.